Tonight on DCS Add-on Spotlight. The recently released Sinai map inspires many creations. Another dynamic campaign that has a lot of potential. Somebody is building a Lancaster mod for DCS World. And Curran Hill continues his mighty assets list. This and more on How I Play. Hello virtual pilots, I'm Andre Celesti and welcome to the 11th episode for the Add-on Spotlight series, where we take a look at the most recent add-ons available for DCS World. If you find yourself checking the user section on the DCS page very often for unique mission files, skins, fixes and immersive add-ons, well, you'll be right at home here at How I Play. Of course, we won't manage to show all of them here on the channel, so if you know something that we missed, message us down below, and we will take a look in a future episode. We are happy to return to our usual coverage of the add-ons for DCS World. The community is very busy creating new features for the sim. So without further ado, let's start! First for today is a project that wants to deliver in DCS a multi-crew capable Avro Lancaster, starting with a Mark I and hopefully covering other variants, including the special variants responsible for the dam buster raids on the dams in the Ruhr Valley. The team doesn't want to state any time window for release as the mod is still far off, but they want to get it right without having to skip steps to meet a set date. They plan on having a full multi-crew aircraft capable of fitting a full 7-man crew. They are currently working on a basic EFM with multi-crew, but they are lacking engine modeling and the coding around the systems that are not needed yet for flight. So we decided to include their project as they are looking for help. With this being a community mob, they hope to find help either with the coding and modeling or just spreading the word. Well, don't you worry, it's our pleasure to do that. Right now, they are looking for people with experience in coding Lua or C-based language to help out with the coding of the mod. I'll link their Discord in the video description. Let's make this happen. Moving on, we got an explosion effect mod in its final version. Better, bigger, darker explosions effect for DCS World. So this modification provides bigger particles, longer lingering dust, darker smoke and bigger splash. What more can you ask? Right. Does it pass the integrity check? Yeah, sadly, it doesn't. It's mainly intended for cinematic and single-player use. This is the most that the author can do with the effects files in DCS. Well, it's good enough for me. Thank you for your work and congratulations for the final release. Next up, it's a special add-on. One of my favorite this month, the Digital Crew Chief or DCC, a dynamic campaign engine for DCS World that brings you in the action in a very quick way. I am really enjoying it, flying seed missions, then strike operations, all perfect prepared and easy to configure with a press of a button. The app which provides a set of tools to make the life of a digital pilot easier. Their goal with DCC is no configuration, just fly. Oh well. Even in the current limited state of the app, they managed to do that. For the start, only the dynamic campaign is available, with more to come. The dynamic campaign creates DCS missions with a persistent scenario, similar to the Falcon BMS or DCS Liberation. The campaign is defined by two definitions, scenario and faction. The two definitions are not editable at this time, but will be possible in the future. Oh wait, it should be in the future! Once the campaign is started, each faction tries to achieve the defined win condition automatically. The player can always choose to occupy one or more of the plan or active flight group's missions and play the missions out in DCS. After flying the mission in DCS, the results are processed back into the campaign. There is also a hardcore mode. Sounds interesting. You can choose at the campaign start if you wish to activate this mode. Hardcore means if you or a client in multiplayer dies in a mission, the campaign will fail. The app is early in development and it's very limited in scope at this moment. New scenarios and factions will be provided in the near future. Yes, I am looking forward to that. Syria, Sinai, the Persian Gulf, they need to be integrated too. For the time being, the Caucasus is all we got, but it is fun. I linked the app in the video description. Check out the list and let me know what you think about it. Moving on, we got a Soviet Eastern Thermal Power Plant ready to take in your bombing operations. There is one complex building with smokestack, turbine hall, 2 walkways, room of water and steam preparation, gate, several pipes and compressors. There is a small yard between 2 buildings where you can place military units. And most important, damage model is included. Next, I gather a list of modifications that would come in handy for your Sinai operations. Check it out. We got an Egyptian Mi-8 livery pack that depicts 2 versions of the Egyptian's Mi-8s. One in the standard tan camo with dynamic numbers, and the second is a rare Nile Valley that was applied in the 70s. This livery features custom rotments and weathering to get the most accurate and detailed look. Then we got an Egyptian gazelle, not the animal, the chopper, the gazelle in their regular tan camo, completely redone plus weathering to give the livery more detail. The livery should be compatible with both versions of the gazelle. Sticking with the Egyptian Air Force, we got the IL-76, then the Egyptian MiG-21 featuring the Nile Valley camo, a semi-fictional livery intended to depict the Nile Valley camo of the MiG-21 PFS on the Egyptian Air Force. This livery is part of a series intended to depict the EAF MiG-21s throughout the decades of service, with red identification markers and brown-green tan camos used by the EAF after 1973 to today. Also for the Sinai map, we discovered a dynamic Suez channel template that endlessly populates the channel with active civilian traffic. It's basically a map template that has overlasting dynamical generated and randomized civilian ship traffic traversing the Suez channel. Keep in mind that is also server friendly. You can use this mission as your base and then add your operations and templates. Keep in mind it uses a script that creates new traffic based on the route of the Suez giant, which does successfully navigate the Suez channel and regularly adds new ships to the channel so the traffic never stops. Nice! In order to provide more locations on the Sinai map, we found 5 military bases by Mr. Goodnight. Starting with a logistical base OVDA in the east, a forward operation base in Jordan, a FARP in the east of Israel, and 1 FOB on the Nile River and 1 off the Suez Channel called Dallas. Be advised that all of them contain mods that are required, but if you are a fan of the show, most likely you have most of them by now. And as an extra mention, Mr. Goodnight has also a Syrian special operation base called Warsaw, perfect for helicopter missions. And finalizing the Sinai map modification pack, we got a decent list from AMR Maverick containing skins for multiple ground and naval assets. And finally, to keep the tradition, we will also like to mention that Current Hill has new assets in his pack, showcased on his YouTube channel with videos. Make sure you check it out. And that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. Remember to check our sponsor VR Rock for your VR blue light protection and prescription lenses. A big thank you to Mike Hip Crew that supports the channel with news and content from all sources in the sim world. And our Patreons, Rhinox, Richard Burnside, Steven Adashchik, Pegasus24, Runan, Crash, Santiago Ordonez, Hobo, Dieter Nussbaumer, Tony Prince, Jan Masak, and Molcham. And if you want to support our channel, feel free to use the thanks button here on YouTube. Remember to leave us a like if you find the video informative, and subscribe to keep in touch with all the latest news on your favorite simulators and games. I am Andre Celesti, reminding you to fly safe, and I'll see you next time.